Right. Peppers. Last time I showed you these were green. Now, as you can see, they have started and are turning orange, and have turned orange even. So I shall be harvesting these this afternoon. There's one plant I've took out because obviously some moth has got in it and started eating it, but it's only been to that one plant, which is outside here. So I've counted up, there's roughly 40-45 peppers. Some are green, but majority of them are all orange. As you can see, quite a few. Should have been ripe before now, but it's just been cold summer. I'm not getting into that. This is in my greenhouse that I've made myself. It's made out of roof lats that you can nail your tiles onto on your roof. Pack of them and some odd bits of wood plastic and some corrugated plastic in the end and on the roof. I should probably film the peppers once I've harvested them. This is on the side of my house. It's west facing, so it does get a lot of sunlight from 1ish all the way through summer till the sun sets. You know, it gets very warm and it heats this wall up. This wall heats up. It's cold now, but it heats up. And the plant's done a lot better around here. It used to be in the back garden, so I moved it. Sheeted the floor and just chucked some slate down the floor, and I just grow it in pots. These pots are from Morrison's. I think you get 10 pots for 99p. You take them all together, it's what the flowers come in. Bought some trays from Milk Goose, and that's how I grow. And I just recycle the compost. Ginger. I've got one ginger down at the allotment and one that hasn't grown. And in here, out of 3 pots, I've got 2 that has grown and 1 that hasn't. I don't think I'm going to have loads of ginger under there, but what I think I'll do is come next year when it grows, by the end of the season there should be some ginger in there then, I would like to think, and I'll then be able to harvest ginger. It's quite an expensive product from the supermarket, and I think it'll be quite nice to have fresh ginger. These the greenhouse heaters. I've got 4 of these. These 2 here, the other 2 cost me a £5 each. These 2 cost me £10 each. They run on paraffin. They're just the old-fashioned paraffin-based heater, and water tray on the top for humidity. These peppers, I've only grown one sort of pepper in there, which is from the Real Seed Company. And because of that, I will be able to save the seed, because if you're put 3-4 different types of peppers in a greenhouse, or even on your allotment plot, they can get cross-contaminated with other peppers, unless you only grow one variety. Then you're sorting yourself out then. So the seeds that you can save from the peppers will be, hopefully, I'll say hopefully, but should be a true representation to the actual original seed that you bought. So when we start eating these, I will be saving quite a bit of the seed. If you do grow more than one variety in a greenhouse, then what you need to do is you need to, as soon as the flower has emerged, before it opens up, you need to put some sort of stocking or fleece over it with an elastic band or something like that, or tie it loose, to make sure that no peppers, just to make sure that there's no cross-contamination with another variety of pepper or tomato or something like that will change what the seed is. I've saved beetroot on my allotment. It was the only beetroot on my allotment, and what happened is I've saved the seed. I planted that seed this year, and amongst my seed I've got shard. Now don't ask me how I've got shard, because all the seed come off the beetroot that I saved the seed from, and amongst it I've got shard. I haven't mixed it up. I've popped all the seeds out all into a large plastic bucket and dried them on a plate and bagged it into a paper bag, and I've took seeds out randomly, and I've got shard amongst my beetroot. So I haven't mixed the seed at all, but there's obviously some sort of cross contamination. So if you're saving seed, you do need to be a bit careful, because what you start off with, it does change. Okay. Another thing, I saved some tomatoes once that I didn't cover with stocking on the flowers, and those tomatoes this year, they didn't grow as a cordon, they forked. The plants are very weak. You've seen them in my greenhouse, the 5 stupus ones. Quite a weak plant. Still got tomatoes off it. Didn't get as many as what I should have got off it, but the plant was just different. Once it had forked, it just changed. Another thing that I've done before is I've saved my seed from early sprouting broccoli, and it's not early sprouting broccoli anymore. It's the broccoli that's in my cage at this moment in time on the allotment, and it's gone from being early sprouting broccoli to being normal broccoli. I've planted it this year, it's grown, and hopefully next year, early part of next year, when the broccoli starts to come, that's when I'll get it. So if you do save seed, sometimes things do change, and you just need to, I think, if you're going to keep saving seed, is keep saving seed. Don't save it and use it and use it and use it, because it just keeps changing. Anyhow, that's my view. I might go into that more in depth. There's plenty to read up on in books about it. You don't need some person like me teaching you stuff when you can actually read it in a book. So, all in pots. What I'm going to do is those raspberries across there, I'm going to be pulling them out of the ground, because I bought them off the internet for 20 quid, and they aren't very good. I think someone must have been digging them up and just sending them out. So I'm digging them up. I'm going to get 3 more pots and get some more blueberries. Just put 3 more blueberries in, just space them out a little bit more. This red currant, I'm going to leave it in, but it's mainly for the birds really. I don't even think the birds like them. And my lemon, since I repotted it, it was not doing very well. So what I've done is I repotted it. Well, it's in the same pot actually. I lifted the plant out, and the root ball was reducing in size. And what I found was, in the bottom of the pot, I didn't realise at the time, but in the bottom of the pot there was a couple of stones of limestone which I'd chucked in from around the house, obviously from when the house was built, and it was eating the roots away. So I took them out, filled it all up with ericaceous compost, put some pine on top, and it's now coming along. The roots must be growing because the plant's growing now. Got a lemon on. I don't know if it'll come to anything. Got another lemon on here. What I'll do is, as the winter gets a bit more intense, well, once autumn's over and winter's here, I'll move that into my greenhouse. Right, that's it then. That's the peppers and blueberries and the lemon. I'm signing off. Thanks for subscribing. Bye bye.